Alright, Game Changers, welcome back to another video here today. My goodness, man, every single time I log on to TikTok, I'm always finding this is the main source of the stupid portal. I think it has engraved itself in that portal. There has to be some link there between the two. Every single time I log on to that app, people are spewing nonsense and continue to say things, now say it with me, that make no goddamn sense.
You're goddamn right.
You guys want to know what I actually missed? I missed Vine. If you guys remember what that app was all about, it was basically like TikTok, but it was limited to just 7 seconds of content, and there was actual entertaining videos on there. I spent hours and hours on that app, and even if there was some level of cringe on there, it was again just limited to 7 seconds. So if some people had some ridiculous videos that were super cringe worthy or spewing some ridiculous rhetoric out there, it was limited to 7 seconds. So at least you didn't have to bear through all the nonsense that comes out of TikTok. I don't spend nearly as much time on TikTok as I did on Vine. And unfortunately, all good things must come to an end, and that's what happened with Vine. But one good thing that I can say that has come out of TikTok is it provides us endless content with a lot of people to roast. And in this particular video, there's gonna be a woman who says that being fatphobic is also racist.
What?
But before I show you that ridiculous clip, make sure you guys follow me on Twitter so that way you can follow all that I tweet out. And make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel and become a part of the game-changing community here, because I cover viral videos, trending videos, and videos that make no goddamn sense. Anyways, if that sounds interesting, let's get into it.
I think what's most scary is comments like these, because people don't realize that fatphobia is rooted in racism and more specifically anti-blackness.
What? You're telling me that fatphobia, literally the phobia of fat, is rooted in racism and anti-blackness?
Stupid.
Man, where do these people even come up with this idea? In fact, where do these people themselves even come from?
When slavery became more widespread, it was hard to just rely on skin color as a way to identify slaves. Fatness as a physical descriptor fit the savage narrative that whites used to oppress black people.
So going off of her theory, what about today? Forget what happened back then. Let's worry about today, right? So there are, I hope she knows this, more races than just black people that are obese. White people are obese. There are Asian obese people. There are Hispanic obese people. There's a ton of other races that are obese. So this whole narrative that fatphobia means you're racist when it actually applies to all races just proves her theory dead wrong.
Obviously, a lot has changed since the 18th century. We know fatness is not specific to black people.
Whew, I'm glad she clarified that. I was worried for a second there. I thought she really didn't believe that there were other races out there that were obese. I was about to say.
And we've used that as an excuse to shape a societal beauty standard that is anti-fat. That includes being thin. That includes gaining muscle so you can look toned and have less fat on your body.
Alright, so what she said in this part of the clip, I do kind of agree with. Yes, society has made us believe that having zero fat is the beauty standard and no fat is the way to go. But having some sort of fat, even a little bit, is acceptable. It's not any way, shape, or form harmful in any way, but it's when it becomes excessive that it becomes a problem. Now, just when I thought she was beginning to redeem herself, in the next clip, she says something that makes no goddamn sense.
And what happens if you don't meet the standard of beauty? You will face systemic oppression.
You know what? Let's stay here a little while and break these down now, shall we? The first one says people watching them while they're eating in a restaurant. Now, I can't lie. Honestly, I think this is actually true. People do stare at others who are a little overweight, okay? I mean, I just think it's funny, personally. Sometimes it might not be the nicest thing to do, but sometimes you just can't help yourself. You're just like, man, you're kind of judging them and thinking, what are they even eating, right? Should they be eating that? Probably not, because of the weight. Stuff like that. So I think that is true, of course. The second point there is people checking out the contents of their cart in the supermarket. You know what? She makes another great point. Wow, she's actually making some great points here. Sometimes we do. Like if, for example, I'm seeing a person who's overweight or obese and they have an ice cream bar in their cart, I would start thinking to myself, that person should probably be buying some vegetables and fruits instead. That's just the judgment that all of us make. Third, fat jokes on TV. This is just something that happens all the time, even for comedy purposes. And you know what? It is what it is. The next one, friends asking, do I look fat? This is a legitimate question. Even in relationships, people ask, do I look fat? So this is normal. Being prescribed weight loss for every medical problem. Now, one of the things that I have noticed is that obesity is actually linked to a lot of medical problems. So the fact that being prescribed weight loss for a medical problem is not an abnormal thing. In fact, that's a good thing. You should have some sort of treatment or prescribe something for the weight loss, or even be recommended to lose weight via diet or exercise. That is not a bad thing. Harder time finding work and getting paid the same as thin people. Okay, first of all, harder time finding work, it depends on the job, okay? If it is physically demanding and they know that it's gonna be a difficult time for you to be able to handle the job based off of your weight, then that might be a reason for them not to hire you. Now, getting paid the same as thin people, I'm not even sure what she means by this. Of course they should be paid the same as thin people. It's not the thin people's fault why those fat people got fat. You know what I mean? So why should they be punished and be paid differently than their higher weight counterparts? That makes really no sense here, and I don't know what direction she was trying to go with this or why she believes that's a systemic problem. All people should be paid the same regardless of their weight. And also, while we're on this point, there is no discrepancy between a male and female when it comes to the pay gap. The only reason the way they come up with this whole narrative that there's a pay gap between the genders is because the higher paying jobs, a lot of the careers that are higher paying are occupied by men. So just want to make that clear there, and then they equate that with the gender gap. That's a false statement. And the last part here is shopping in a special section of a store for limited selection of clothes. Okay, this is just understood. You know, obviously if you are a little bit overweight, this is not your standard small, medium, large, or even extra large. Sometimes if you're 3X, 2X, 4X, it doesn't matter. That is going to be special. You have to have clothes tailored to you or special ordered for you because that is not your normal weight. That shouldn't be the normal size. So the fact that you've let yourself go to becoming that big, that's on you.
You cannot always determine health by your body's appearance. So yes, if you work out strictly for appearance-based reasons, you are fatphobic. And before you comment, read the definition of fatphobia.
I'm gonna leave that there for you guys to comment on. And what did you guys think also about the rest of this video? Give me all of your feedback down in the comment section below. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you guys hit that like button. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the bell to be notified every single time I upload a video. Now with that being said, this is GCP signing off.
Dang.
No.
Is how we get it done.
What is my score?
Dude, the only way to get this is like somehow you gotta get behind them. Keep running. Oh, thank you. Hogan.